Hello dear, my name is Anna. And I have been struggling for years with my weight. It is tiring and I don't have time to go to the gym all the time. You are tired of dieting, I can tell you about Carbofix, the best weight loss supplement made for you. I can tell you how to turn your metabolism on in 3 seconds to burn stubborn fat. You know why you should sip a cup of licorice root tea at 1 p.m. Or why some of the world's most famous celebrities smell rosemary before bed. Or why he should have 2 cups of hot water black tea after a long walk. If not, don't worry, I didn't know any of these secrets either. Until I spent the summer in Ecuador, visiting my 90-year-old grandmother years. That does not appear to be more than 50 years. Know their secret. But they were all skinny and looked much younger than their age. I didn't know that in just a matter of hours I would stumble across a discovery that could help end the obesity epidemic in America. Thanks to a new discovery by a team of scientists from the Salk Institute in San Diego, which can increase your metabolism command, as well as increase the heating in your home or the volume of your TV. Now you can do the same thing with your metabolism, thanks to a little-known enzyme buried deep in your cells that prevents the production of new fat and forces your body to burn fat you already have. Anyone can do this in less than 3 seconds a day if you are 50 years old or 85. If you are physically active or sitting on the couch all day, like turning on a switch. If your metabolism has always been slow, and no matter what you eat, you can never lose weight, and if you tried everything, like keto, paleo, low carb, low fat, more vegetables, you choose, if nothing worked. So there's something going on behind the scenes that are forcing your body to desperately hold on to the fat no matter what you try. So please stay with me for the next 2 minutes because I'm going to share with you the shocking truth of what's really going on inside your body after you turn 50, along with the sneaky way your body refuses to give up its stored fat, and what you can do in less than 3 seconds to start burning. Furthermore, I will show you all research, all scientific studies, and the words straight from a doctor mouth. So you will have everything you need to boost your metabolism whenever you want to. Find out why some people have very high fat burning metabolism around the clock, while others can gain a pound just by looking a slice of pizza. And what I found after stumbling across this new scientific breakthrough research, along with a trip to a small village in Ecuador to visit my vibrant and energetic 90-year-old granny, is the key to turning on your metabolism whenever you want in a matter of seconds. And it works regardless of your diet, how little you exercise, or how old you are, all based on human biology. And the secret begins with a new protein enzyme that targets abdominal fat. According to doctors, I refer to this as its metabolism switch. But the scientific name for this is AMP, activated protein kinase, or for short, is the master genetic switch that controls our metabolism. And when it is activated, it can accelerate even the slowest metabolisms, improve cardiovascular health, helps improve type 2 diabetes, and even extend the lifespan. According to Dr. Barry Sears, activating AMP-K is the secret to a longer and better life. The problem is, like the air conditioning in the middle of winter, most of us have turned off. So if you have 15 pounds or more to lose, if you have more fat around your stomach of what you want, If you have sagging arms from cellulite to belly poop, so it's a clear sign of your path AMPK is not working right. The good news is that all you need to do is figure out how to handle this little switch, and everything will fit. You will have the exact weight you want to defeat. You will fit in perfect size jeans. All your clothes will fit exactly the way you want them. You will have more than enough energy to do everything you ever wanted to do. Your libido will be back and you don't think everyone else is looking at you the moment you walk into a room. Better yet, you never have to go on a restrictive calorie counting diet ever again. You never have to do another second of cardio and you don't have to force yourself to eat more vegetables. Because none of these things activate AMPK. I hope you can feel the weight being lifted off your shoulders. Because you don't have to stress these things out, but all you need to do is focus on this thing by turning on the metabolism switch. Inside your body is nothing more matters. You can break free. Because I will show you exactly how to do this. In just 3 seconds you can do. In the morning, or before to go to bed you can do this. After a big breakfast with pancakes and waffles, or after your bowl of ice cream before bed. Always works. And like anything, the more you do the better your results will be. But first I have to tell you something that most doctors don't want you to hear. Because it flies in the face of everything you've ever known about losing fat. AMPK is an enzyme found in our cells. It's just waiting to be turned on, and it plays a critical role in our energy metabolism, which is simply the rate at which your body burns fat and calories. Specifically, the AMPK helps convert sugar and fat into energy, while decreasing hunger. Not just you are burning more fat, but your hunger decreases too. This is fundamental because if you have ever been on a calorie-restricted diet, you probably felt hungry all the time. That is why extreme diets are never sustainable. The secret is that you want to burn fat and decrease your hunger at the same time. That way, you're not counting on the willpower to say no to your favorite foods. You just won't be hungry all the time. And that's the power of the AMPK. However, there's one thing almost everyone does what we have been told is healthy for years, and yet it kills the AMPK on the spot when you doing this. Stop. The AMPK will fly high like an airplane taking off the runway, flood your body and burn the fat on its way. Your body cannot produce AMPK in the presence of fructans. Fructans are polymers of fructose, also called sugar. Now, this is not just any kind of regular sugar. Fructans are found in many fruits and vegetables. Simply Colorado ed. Fructans are a type of carbohydrate made by a chain of fructose molecules bound together here because they can be a problem. Body is not perfect or appropriate to break all parts of the food, and not all humans have enough of the essential enzyme necessary to break down fructose polymers. So when you eat foods rich in fructans, your body struggles to break them down. Now here's the kick: when you eat fructans you get a big spike in blood sugar. Even though these fructans are found in healthy foods like vegetables or beans. As blood sugar rises, your body has to put this sugar somewhere. And since it is difficult for most people to break down fructans, the fructose is transported to your fat cells. This leads to an increase in the gain of weight, stomach bloating and bloating. These hidden sugars not only cause your blood sugar to rise, but also force your body to release insulin, which is your number one fat storage hormone. It is almost impossible to burn fat in the presence of insulin, because insulin blocks the AMPK, so if you eat 5 to 6 small meals a day, you are blocking the AMPK from being released. This is the real reason why it's not burning any fat, even if you're eating on carrot sticks, eating a giant salad full of vegetables for lunch, or a plant-based black bean burger for dinner. They all prevent the AMPK from being released, so you're not burning no fat. As I mentioned before, fructans are made up of fructose polymers. Fructose is a special type of sugar that has to be processed and stored in the liver, which means it can get you out of the fat burning in seconds, while you can store hundreds of grams of sugar in your muscles. You can only store 30 to 50 grams in your liver. If you eat more than that, and just to be clean, the American average year eats more than 300 grams a day. Because there is no more space in your liver, the rest just overflows and ends up in your fat cells. Think about it. So, if you fill your car with gasoline and you just let run it, the gas will overflow and spilling everything on the floor. Is the same thing with extra fructose in your body, except if it spills into your fat cells, making your stomach wrap and thighs bigger and full of cellulite. And since the extra fructose is in your fat cells, it's extremely hard put out. That's why it is so hard to lose fat as you age. And when you consume a lot of fructose, you put your liver in an overwhelmed state. You raise your cholesterol and your triglycerides, which means you are going to make a tremendous amount of visceral fat. Fat is the most dangerous type of fat because you can't see it. Is the fat that builds up around your heart and clogs your arteries. What most people don't know is that fructans are hiding in some of today's healthiest plant-based and vegetable foods. You've ever been on a diet? Maybe you've started eating a salad for lunch every day. You cut your fast food, and yet you haven't lost a lot of weight. Or maybe you haven't lost anything. Well, it turns out that a handful of healthy vegetables are extremely high in fructans. Now, before I tell you what they are, I want to be perfectly clear. I'm not telling you to avoid all vegetables. If you are eating these vegetables and getting great results, then continue with them. Is clearly working for you. However, if weight loss is always an uphill battle for you, it may be because of those high sugar levels vegetable that are stopping your body from burning fat. When it comes to fructans, the top sources are onions, cabbage, broccoli, and asparagus. And another herbal food that surpasses this list is legume bones and beans. This means that you can eat enough vegetables that are preventing you from burning fat. Again, if you are eating fast food around the clock, then switching to these vegetables would be a great first step. But once you are eating a relatively balanced diet and fat is still not coming out of fructans and these high sugar vegetables, may be to blame. Because in the presence of AMPK fructans, it cannot be activated, which slows your metabolism down like a snail all day long. You see, what it is healthy for one person is not always healthy for someone else. So while you are carrying the beets, banana, broccoli, and teas may be what's stopping you to lose centimeters as fast as you. As worse as we get older, your body naturally produces less AMPK. That's why your metabolism slows down with each passing year. leading to more fat accumulation and loss of lean muscle tissue. You realized how most people gain weight and become weaker in their 50s. And furthermore, now you know why. If you're consistently gaining weight, even if it's just a pound or two every month, your body is probably not producing any AMPK. Is like try to drive a car without any gas in the tank. It just stands there now. Let's take a step forward so that you really understand this. Because when you do, then we can talk about how to fix this. As the size of your fat cells increases, your body releases a substance called resistant, which is the perfect name because it basically resists your body from losing weight. Resistant blocks AMPK activity. It is also associated with poor blood sugar control and increased blood lipids. So you eat foods that are rich in your fructans, body releases insulin, and resistant and resistant to preventing the AMPK from being released, and its metabolism remains slow. Fructose is transported to your liver, and when there is a lot where the liver cannot store everything, it sheds into your fat cells, leading to a bigger stomach, bigger thighs and a bigger waist. It all makes sense, and when your fat cells become too large, can lead to heart attacks, stroke, cardiovascular disease, high cholesterol, blood pressure and weight gain. But what scientists and doctors are finally starting to realize is if you want to take the fat out of your cells and burn it, is really so as simple as turning your AMPK switch and keeping it turned on as often as possible, for as long as possible, because AMPK determines your body fat composition. Now you're probably wondering how I turn my metabolism switch on. Well, if you look at the traditional search, you will be disappointed, because it is the same boring advice you have heard over and over again. For example, one way to do this is through exercises. Intense studies, rigorous exercise has been shown to activate the AMPK. But here's the problem: first, it only remains activated for a short period of time. So unless you are doing intense exercises all the time, that I would not recommend. Then it doesn't make a big difference anymore. What I found working with hundreds of women and men aged 50 and over is that intense exercise usually does more harm than good. It is easier to hurt or pull a muscle, and it is difficult to keep it long run. Honestly, not worth the risk. You can also try to restrict calories. In theory, when you eat less, your body is supposedly to produce more AMPK. But here's the problem: that you cannot restrict calories for the rest of your life. You've probably tried it dozens of times already. And how did it work for you? Although it's technically supposed to help, we all know that your body cannot survive on just a few hundred calories a day. Because when you're starving every day and try to trust your willpower to avoid the foods you love, it's just a matter of time before you cracked and collapsed in your body's food you really want. A trip to a small village in, fortunately, Ecuador helped me discover a secret way to start your metabolism whenever you want. I went to visit my grandmother, who lived in the small village of Giron, Ecuador. In Giron there are no paved roads, no skyscrapers. There is not even a grocery store. They live off the land and do everything by hand. When we got there, I realized something strange. Everyone wasn't just skinny, they all looked incredibly young. In a village full of people in their 70s, 80s and 90s, most of them didn't seem like a day over 40. I couldn't believe it, and one morning I followed Grandma on her morning. At 90 she walked to a small piece of land about 7 miles outside her villa. Without cane, without a wheelchair, and with her straw basket in hand. She would take these little plants one by one. I had no idea what they were, but when she had a full basket, to which we went back to villa, where she would spend hours separating the plants. Then she hand crushed them. A little pinch and put in a cup. And pour hot water over them as an honest for a good homemade tea. Why are you drinking this? I asked. She replied, this tea keeps me young, and who could argue with her? She is drinking every morning for over 50 years. And at 90 she is as strong as an attack. She lives 100 independently on her own. Nobody is taking care of her, and she looks like someone half her age. My curiosity was running wild. So when I came home, and I started researching my grandmother's secret tea ingredients, and I quickly realized because everyone in the village was so small, and looked like a new weapon, so young to fight overweight. The first plant extract my grandmother used is called berberine. Berberine is a bioactive compound that can be extracted from several plants, has been tested on hundreds from different studies, and has a long history of being used in traditional Chinese medicine. But the benefits are much deeper than that. One of the main actions of berberine is to activate the AMPK. A study published in the journal Diabetes states that berberine reduced body weight and caused a significant improvement in glucose tolerance without changing food intake. It means that not only helped with weight loss by triggering AMPK, it also helped to control blood sugar without the test subjects changing your diet, which is the key. Because if something works without you having to completely overhaul your diet, it is much more likely that you will continue with it. Berberine also helps to slow down the burn of carbohydrates in the intestine, decrease the production of sugar in the liver, and decrease the total cholesterol. In a study with 37 women and men, the participants took 300 milligrams of berberine 3 times a day. As a result, they lost their body mass index levels of 31.5 to 27.4. They also lost belly fat. Their waist got lower. Their total cholesterol dropped and their blood pressure decreased. They also saw an improvement in fat by regulating hormones. Berberine can also reduce blood lipids. This means it can help protect against heart disease. A meta-analysis of berberine supplementation in diabetics found that, on average, it lowered triglycerides by 42 milligrams, and total cholesterol and LDL cholesterol dropped by 22 milligrams on average, which is a big decrease. Without completely overhauling your diet, I am excited to present it to Carbofix Intentional, the all-natural formula to fight abdominal fat, uncontrollable and weight gain, and so hunger and desires. Let me be honest with you, if you want to start to lose kilos fast, if you want your jeans moved from your hips, if you want to get rid of uncomfortable fade in the back of his arms, around his belly, and the stubborn fat trapped in your thighs, Carbofix is your answer. It is the only 6 natural blend of ingredients in the world that helps activate AMPK to achieve excess weight gain, unexplained abdominal fat, and uncontrollable hunger. Now you can finally indulge in those your favorite carbs, guilt-free, knowing they won't be stored as fat. It's the only formula in the world that combines real berberine cinnamon alpha lipoic acid, chromium benfosamate naringin and B100. Transparent, no hidden sugars, and no dangerous chemicals. Are just 100 extracts of pure plants that I have described in detail here today. All supported by the latest cutting-edge technology. Research to put you on the right path. P for the healthy body you deserve. The more you store, the more you save. When you receive a single bottle of Carbofix, is only $49 a bottle, which is already a $50 savings. And because our multiple bottle packs are our best sellers, we set it up so the more you buy, the more you save. Because as a new owner of a small business, I want you to save as much money as possible, in the hope that you tell your friends. If and just if Carbofix does wonders for you, that is why. If you choose the 6 bottles with discount package, you will pay only $34 per bottle. Moreover, we closed an agreement with our suppliers so that you get a big new customer discount in 3 months. Also provide. The savings is not as big as 6 bottle discount, but they are still significant. And don't worry about any package you choose, you won't be charged again unless you place another order. I hate companies that keep sending you bottles when you didn't order them. But you have to act fast because our supply is running low. And I can guarantee that these discounts will not be available forever. Save more choosing the 6 bottles pack or whatever works best for you. Try Carbofix, and if it doesn't work, you don't pay anything. I don't know about you, but I hate paying for something that doesn't work. And it's even worse when you have to spend hours on the phone jumping through hoops just to get your money back. That's why, when you try Carbofix today and you start using it in the morning before breakfast, and again before dinner and anytime you would like in the middle, if you are not absolutely thrilled with your results, so you pay nothing. If for some reason Carbofix doesn't work for you, so all you need to do is get in touch with our support team, and we will refund your entire order with no questions asked. And no matter how much you use, our team will take care of you. And simply thanks for giving us a chance. Look, you only have 2 options now. This leads to 2 very different results. Unfortunately, our time here together is almost over. And from now on you really only have 2 options. Option 1, you can take everything you learned here today and try to apply it yourself. You can spend weeks trying to find the exact plant extracts in the quantities exact. You can go to all the local grocery stores. You can spend hours looking for them online, and if you find them, you can find out how to mix them together in a way that really works. But let's be honest, this is going to take a lot of time and work, and more life effort will go the way you always do. And in a month you will probably be in the same place you are now. This is not the option I want for you. 2. You can choose the easy way. Take advantage of all the hard work I have ever done, and see how powerful these plants are. Extracts are how you get them in your hands. All you need is a few seconds in the morning to start seeing the incredible benefits. And with all the free bonuses 30 days from now, you can be slimmer with more energy. Your pants slipping from your waist, you probably start making more trips to Goodwill by donating all the clothes that are very large and very loose in your body. But you have to take the first step. See if you can clear your diet on your own and start exercising every single day while persisting long enough to really see the results. Then you clearly don't need my help. However, if you want a helping hand, if you want to help guide you along the way, you don't have to do it alone while finally getting the link that was missing. The unique plant extracts that can make all the difference in the world. So the choice seems very clear, but if for some reason it doesn't work, you can just let us know, and we will refund your entire investment. So you have nothing to lose in a exciting young life to win. I hope I have enlightened you today. If you think someone in your family or maybe a friend would like to participate in this information, so please share this video. I want to try to help as much as possible. The link to the page sales is in the description below. Strong hug.